So just a quick video today because it's pretty dark and it looks like it could rain any moment. But just thought I'll make a video about first week first full week, with the Hustler 6B TV. I'd like to report to say it's really good. I've since guided it up. Originally I didn't, but it did get really windy today. So I've guided it up, tightened all the nuts and bolts up. I've got quite a few radials out, but I am going to redo the whole lot. So I just chucked down what I had at the time, so I reused some of the radials from the DX Commander. And as you can see from here, I've got big gaps. I can have more out, but I quite literally haven't had the time to do it. I got a fair few down, and I'm getting the contacts between in my QRZ page on 2E0FWE. We'll show you the contacts I'm getting with this antenna, and it's really good. 80 meters isn't functioning yet because I need to get the antenna back down and shorten the 80 meter element downwards to the one right at the very top there. Just needs sliding down a bit to get into frequency. I think the biggest difference with this antenna and any of the DX Commander verticals I've had is especially on the Nebula, you would get the whole range, 80 meters I think. You got the whole 80 meter band, and even when this is tuned, it's very narrow. It's a very specific part, and they tell you to tune it for what part of the band that you want to use it on, which isn't a problem for me. I'm going to be putting up a 40 and 80 meter dipole around here. That will go up. I've taken my other one down for the Whisper antenna. I'm running Whisper through this at the moment. Very expensive Whisper setup, but that's for my Web Technologies assignment. I will get my other dipole up again just for 40 meters and what do you call it? For the Whisper Pi box. But yeah, let's go back to talk a little more about this Hustler 6B TV. So as you can see, I've got quite a few accessories that go with it. I think that's, it adds up quickly, but everything is really well engineered, and the manuals for it are brilliant, and very clear, straightforward, easy to use. You don't need no mechanical skills. If you could do Meccano and I'd say even Lego, take your time, and the manuals are really good, but do use the ones from DX Engineering and not the manual for Hustler to build the antenna. Measurements and the method in the Hustler manual are by far very up to date, and a lot of research gone in on how to do it. So I have since ordered, even in just within 1 week, 2 more frequencies to go on. The 50 megahertz, which I'll use just for receiving on, that will go on here, and I believe the other is 17. I've not been able to get hold. I think there's a 12 or 15. No, yeah, it is a 12 because 15's already on here. There is a 12 meter one as well, and it's just not for sale anywhere, not even in the States. I think that would have been really amazing to have, like I think it'd be 6, 7, 8, 9 frequencies on one mast. But yeah, I mean, I've got 2 more to put on, but I'm very busy with assignments at the moment, so yeah, I've not even had time to put down all of the radials, which I've got to do first, and then I've got to put them down with the right spacing as well. As you see at the moment, they're a little bit khaki, and not really well laid out, but they're good. They're doing the job, but they're just not optimal. So yeah, I need to make best use of all the space I have here. I dare say I'll get better reports the more radials I put down, I think is the analogy. But yeah, it's all going really well. Let's see it come off. See how I've picked up. on them. But no, it's a really good antenna, very solid. The only bit I had to provide from all what you see here was a bit of scaffold that goes into the ground. And obviously I had to dig the hole with that, what's that called? Well, that blue thing over there. And that goes all the way down into it, right down to the top handle. That's how deep that hole is. It's got stones at the bottom and it's all cement all the way up. So yeah, that's solidly fixed in there, I think you could say. Performance, yeah, I mean, I'm using this all the time on 20 and 40. It's really good. Listening, I can hear all over the world. I've tried testing it myself by listening to myself on a couple of SDRs, like on 50 watts I get out fine on both 40 and 20. So that's really good news. I think the next thing is to add the other two kits I've got onto there and then fine tune every frequency so it's resonant exactly where I want it. But yeah, all in all, it's been a really good antenna. Do miss the nebula for the bandwidth, but like again, we've had really strong winds today, and that's the kind of time that I think about, yeah, I have to take it down and unguy it all. With this, it's guyed once. It's got a very simple tilt plate to get it up and down, but with the guying and the tilt plate and with the base in the ground, that's the big difference as well. I'm not thinking it's going to go anywhere. But yeah, pros and cons of all of them. I think the DX Commanders will become, in the interim, they will become supports for an end-fed. So I've got two end-feds that I could actually use. One I'm using at the moment on the Kenwood TS690. You can just see the wire there, the stitching goes down the garden. So one wire in the background there, you've got a wire at the top, which is the dipole, which is there flat on the ground. And then the other wire, which is a bit taller, that's actually end-fed, a tuned end-fed from, I think it's like 10 meters all the way up to 80, and I've used an ATE to get 160 out of it. Yeah, that's going round, and I'm just using that for receiving at the moment. It's doing a brilliant job for picking up WeFax images. But I mean, I think what I will do is like get those two DX Classics up and put the end-fed back up, because it was really good. It had really different propagation characteristics to vertical. I'll put that around again as long as the good lady doesn't mind. So yeah, because I'll have like, I think 2 more dipoles in here, one for Whisper and the other one's switchable for the main. Yeah, I'll switch out a 4080 on the dipole for 40 and 80 on the vertical. Yeah, but at the moment I've got to finish my web technology assignment, which is, interestingly enough, all about WSPR. I'm hoping I can publish and release the URL once it's been marked, because I've really enjoyed the assignment, using all Whisper data and a lot of other bits and pieces as well, so looking forward to it. Anyway, in the meantime, stay safe. 73 2E0FWE.